we're going to, these will fit on there, but we want to make a ring so it seals down to the driver. So we're going to go ahead and work on that right now. Both sides will go in. We need to make some foam rings, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. So I got some old foam rings here, and I'm actually going to try to cut these on the laser, see what happens. I don't know if this is going to work or it's going to be a complete fail, but we're going to try. So we're going to make a template to house them. Doing this all wrong. Okay. So we're going to make a circle here. It's going to be 3.65. 3.65, right? I got this measured out pretty much. It's actually a little bit less. Yeah, 3.65 will be perfect. Right around there. So we're going to make a circle, 3.65. And then we're going to cut out another ring, 3.25. I'll go ahead and make another ring. See if this works. Kind of cool if it does. Very small. Go ahead and move this over to my laser program. So we got this. This is what we're trying to cut. So we're going to go ahead and put a piece of chipboard in the laser, and we're going to cut the OD size so this fits in there, so then I can line it up and cut the foam to the right size. So let's do that now. Grab a piece of chipboard, go ahead and cut out our first circle, which is our alignment, basically an alignment spot to put the foam ring. There we go. Hopefully this won't do this. Now we have our alignment spot, and we're good now. Nothing moved. Have our piece in there. We're going to go ahead and there we go. We got that aligned, and then we're going to go ahead and press start, and we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure it did something. We're going to go ahead and run it a couple times, see if we can cut through this. Alright, let's see what happened. Alright, so I don't know if you guys could see this. It didn't cut all the way through. It almost did. I'm going to go ahead and up the power and see if we can, luckily I have a bunch of these have been sitting around and they'll actually work perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab another one and put it in here and see if we can cut through this. It seems to be cutting, but we might need to go a little bit slower in speed. Actually, I think we'll leave the power like it is and we'll just cut a little bit slower and see if we can get through this thing and have a nice little foam ring for these speakers. Alright, so we just put a new one back in there. I'm going to go ahead, and it was running at 100 speed. I'm going to lower it down by half and keep the same power, and let's see what happens. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and see what happened. Pretty good. I think I'm going to run it one more time. I think we might be in luck. Still not all the way through, but I think we can get this pulled apart. Maybe. Nope. Kind of destroyed it. I don't think this is gonna work. Kind of lost all of our integrity of the ring, so I think I'm gonna move on to trying something else, but we tried and we were not successful. So I've ordered 100 different types of foam from a supplier and it's never the right foam, so let's see what we can do. Okay, I just did some experimenting with some new foam and the fumes might kill me, but I got a good gasket, I think. So we can get a gasket around this speaker now. And then we should be able to get this to fit down in there. So I think that's a winner. The only problem with this foam is the adhesive on it's not amazing, but it should be fine because it's going to be sandwiched between this and this and that. So I think, let's see if I got this right. This goes, yeah. This one goes on this side. This one goes on this side. Have these little tabs that hold them, I guess, if the airbag system, or I don't know why these are here. I don't think it's for the airbag. I think it's just a hanger for installation purposes. So you can go ahead and get this untaped and the grill put back in it, and go ahead and get this driver in, and then I think I can go ahead and make some more foam rings. So let's speed this up a little bit and see what happens. I know I said it before, I don't mean it. It's been a while since I had your attention, so it might hurt to hit it. Alright guys, well, we had a foam failure. Tried a bunch of different things, wasn't able to cut the foam that I needed. The foam that I was able to cut, the adhesive on the back of it is non-existent, so it won't stick to the driver, and I think it's going to fall out of place and not work and not last. So I just ordered number 100, the 100th foam order, I think. It's probably not that much, I'm just joking around. But got foam on the way, so tomorrow we should have foam and we can play with cutting foam on the laser to seal those back speakers in. So I'm not going to work on this anymore. I'm going to set this aside because I'm a little frustrated with it because my foam didn't work out. I got the drivers mounted in with the headliner sitting here. Saw we did the grills, those are done. I gotta put that one together. I'm gonna get in here. So this thing is still torn apart. We got, basically just give you a rundown of what's going on in the project and where my brain is all scattered around. So we built the amp rack, we designed it, CNC'd it out, made a bunch of templates, got all of our amplification mounted here. Nathan tomorrow hopefully is going to go ahead and get this thing wired up. We got a ton of speaker wires ran through the vehicle, as you saw, sound treatment on the floor. We got the Amp Pro pack module mounted in the dash, optical cable ran to the back. We have our bass knob ran up to the front, which we still have to complete. Headliner can't go in today, unfortunately, but that is what it is. I think what I'm going to do is probably go ahead and get these mids. Actually, I'm not going to even do that because I need the foam to put the mids in the dash so they seal to the factory grill as well, because they basically sit in their factory mounting location. Kind of imagine like a two mounting points, like a hammock, and around the driver it's not sealed to the dash perfectly, so we need to seal the front of the driver to the dash. Well, you can see over here, I was kind of cheating a little bit. I worked on one of the back doors off camera and got the, you guys see this is a foam ring that we use in a lot of our kits. That's around there. We got a 6WM mounted in the back door. We got the full train going by. The full train going by. We got all the black hole tiles done. Basically, this door is complete. I just wanted to get a game plan together, get my brain straight on how this is going. Spent a lot of time and sound treated the factory plastic panel. And I don't know where that one particular door is. Somewhere around here. This could be it. It's right here. Let's see. Actually, I got this completely treated. So that's completely treated on the back side. So this is ready to go on. I also got, I did some treatment on this door. Did some design work, kind of have this mocked up. I did some fitment stuff. This actually fits perfectly in there. I'm going to show you guys exactly the whole process on how this was done, how I made these adapters and what I had to do to get here. I think it's pretty clever, works very well. It's not easy to do, but with a lot of thought and time and engineering and some different plastics, we came up with a really cool solution. So we got this is not the actual driver that's going to go in the car. This is a mock-up driver that we have here. So this actually has to be pulled all back apart. It's not done, it's just kind of sitting in here for mock-up purposes to make sure it's going to fit before we go through the whole process and completely finish both doors. You guys can see across over there, that door's skin is out, and you guys can see all the black hole tiles in that door. And in that door we did full tiles in all the doors, and then we're doing some treatment on the factory panel. Did all this, and then we did full sound. We're doing full sound treatment on the back of each door panel. This one is not treated yet. This is the driver's door. You guys can see this here, and this basically is going to fit on there. We actually removed the factory HK grill from the door to make sure that the driver, when it moves forward and back when it's playing music, it doesn't hit anything, which would be catastrophic to the driver and obviously the sound. So we removed the factory, let me set this back here. We removed the factory grill from the door, I have it here on the table or on my cart. It's here. This is going to get epoxy back together and epoxy back on the door. I'm going to go through this whole process of making these adapters, which is pretty cool. A couple different materials and some interesting techniques to get this to work. It's cool because this driver, you can see these two screws, this actually lines up exactly with the factory 6x9 screws, which was wild. So it lines up perfectly. And then we'll add fasteners elsewhere around the driver to get this securely mounted to the, I mean, it's pretty secure now. This is not bolted in completely yet, but it's quite secure. So super cool. We're gonna go ahead and just keep on trucking on this thing and get more of the stuff done. I think since the headliner foam deal is not working out, I think I should jump over and show you guys what I did to get here on these doors. So let's start doing that. It'll be fun. Okay, we're gonna work on the 8-inch Utopia M's in the front door of the Ram. So I showed you guys, I kind of cheated, kind of figured it out without you guys, but now I'm going to show you how I did it. So have a acrylic ring that we're going to mount on here. We're going to do a bunch of different things. We're going to first shave off these little tabs, you guys can see here, tab, 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 tab. We're going to get rid of those. These are a little trusty grinder. Shave these off. Got those shaved off, so now this fits on here nice and flat. It doesn't hit anything. And then I'm going to see these line up, that screw and that screw lines up. Bam bam. We can go ahead and mount this with 2 screws on here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trim out most of this plastic right here. And then we're going to put a bit, this router bit, in the router, and we're going to router out. This is going to ride on our template around, and it's going to router this out perfectly. So it's a nice perfect hole in here. And then our whole assembly, we got an ABS ring. We got this piece of 16th inch ABS and another piece of 16th inch ABS. This will actually gets riveted into a circle and fits down inside of there, and it will get glued together and slide down in here. So enough talking, let's go ahead and get this thing figured out.
Dreams we had don't ever fall away. We can't leave them if we stay the same. And I can't do this for another day. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.
Okay, slow it back down. And I just routered, like I said, I attached my jig to the door. I'm going to go ahead and take these screws out. Here. And now I have this cut out. You guys can see that the side of this is hacked out, so now I have my mid-base ring that's going to mount here, but there's a big void down here in here. So alright, got my cam repositioned. So this is an ABS ring that will get, that's going to get riveted together, and this ring will fit inside of here. It's kind of a mock-up, but you guys catch the drift. You guys can see. Let me take this off. So with that ring there, it goes down and covers the sides, so it seals up the opening. You guys can see on that side too, there's actually some tape on there, but you guys get the point. So now I got to rivet. Take this tape off. So I have this little piece here. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this and I'm going to rivet this and make this into a ring. And then this ring will glue into this opening, and then it'll all mount down inside of here, and then we can use some silicone to seal this plastic edge to our ABS plastic, create a perfect seal. Driver fits in there. We've already tested it, so I'm going to go ahead and get this riveted together and go ahead and glue this together. We can go ahead and get this mounted in the door. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and make our ring. So we got some rivets, some 1/8 inch rivets, all of our parts, and we're gonna go ahead and rivet this. We're gonna go ahead and rivet this together. No, I'm not. Got that piece. Now we're gonna snake this around and got this riveted together, and hopefully this will fit inside of here. You guys can see how this fits in here. And then this should slide down in place. Like that. So that's basically how, can't see the, so this is a ABS, quarter-inch ABS and then 16th inch ABS piece. You guys can see it comes down and it fills in all this area down in here. Over here too, so it's all filled in. So now what we can do is we can glue these two together. We'll glue the 16th inch ABS into the quarter-inch ABS, and then we can go ahead and get this mounted and get this mid-base driver in this door. Alright, so we got, it's kind of a messy process, and it, with the CA glue, it turns all the ABS white, you can see. But it's glued together very securely, and it fits down in here perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this, blow this door off, and we'll go ahead and grab the mid-base driver and I'll show you guys how it fits. Is actually not glued together right here down at the bottom, so with this going in the door, it's the way I want it to fit. As you can see from the back, it created this tube, so now this can be all sealed in here on the edges with some silicone, so it could be removed at a later date. So thank you, sir. So this driver basically fits in the door now. You guys can see from the back, it's not bolted in, but fits perfectly in there. So I'm super happy with the outcome. So that's basically how I did the front. I have to finish the driver's side, but this is basically the concept I came up with. I actually made a sample out of chipboard concept to make sure it fit, and then I created all the jigs and everything and manufactured it out of ABS plastic. The reason we normally use HDPE for all of our speaker adapters here, but HDPE can't really glue together, so we got some ABS plastic and we're able to create this adapter. So now we have an 8-inch opening in the front door of the Ram, which is super cool. And we did check the door panel, it does fit, it does clear the driver. We're actually going to router out the we're going to router out the door behind the factory grill. We'll do that next. So this is ready to go. We have to do full treatment like we did, treat all this, get this all sound treated, all this plastic, go ahead and get this mounted, siliconed in, proper hardware, have to drill some holes, put some nuts and bolts and different hardware to get this mounted in there securely. You can run our wire that we ran. We actually ran wires in this vehicle for the mid-base drivers, so in the front doors. We're not using the factory wiring, so came out really cool.
Американская фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник».